So a little tip for if you're sort of teaching recall or you want to improve a recall. So I've got Scout and Flora here. Both of them have solid recall. Do still pop them on the lead if I see another dog sort of in the distance, because they just want to say hello, and sometimes not everybody appreciates muddy paws jumping up at them. But other than that, they are both off the lead the majority of the time. They have a lovely run round, play together, they love each other. But what I've learnt most with Flora, Scout's very, very good, but when we were sort of teaching Flora with her owner, she sniffs quite a lot. And the thing is, if she's got her head down sniffing, she doesn't come back. Well, she does come back eventually, but when she's done sniffing. So calling her at that moment when she's sniffing, she's just going to completely ignore you. Hi guys! So, if your dog is a sniffer, good girls and boys, you don't want to be attempting to recall them. Off you go when they've got their head down sniffing. So if they've stopped to sniff a bush, floor, whatever, if you're trying to keep calling your dog at that moment and they don't come back to you, and you're going, Flora come, Flora come, Flora come, Flora come, all your dog's going to learn is, I'm going to ignore you every single time you say Flora come. And then maybe you get to the 5th or 6th time that you've tried to recall them and she's finished sniffing, so then she's going to come because she's finished sniffing, not because you've actually called her. So all you're teaching is and reinforcing your dog to ignore you when they are sniffing. Now, the better your dog gets at recall, the more obviously times they're going to come when they are sniffing. But if you do have a dog that really, really likes to sniff, or maybe they like to sniff because they found something to eat, like a poo or a dead tree or maybe a bit of rubbish, then you've got to have a solid leave it command. So that would really help if you do have a dog that does like to really, really sniff. Letting them sniff 5 to 10 seconds and then sort of moving them along with a leave it or let's go command will really help. But so I'll just see if I can show you what I mean. So Flora sniffing. Flora, come. Totally ignored me because she's sniffing. So I'm going to wait for her to finish sniffing and then I'm going to recall her. Flora, come. Good girl. Well done. So you see the difference? So she was sniffing, I've called her, she's ignored me. Waited till she's finished sniffing and then called her. So she's not going anywhere when she's sniffing there, so I don't really need to recall her anyway. But yeah, just a tip of advice. If you're teaching or trying to improve your recall, stop trying to call your dog when they're having a sniff, because 9 times out of 10 they're going to ignore you. All you're going to do is reinforce them not coming to you. So wait till they finish sniffing, then call them. And so that also teaches when you do want to recall them when they are sniffing, you eventually can, because you've already taught them to then come away from whatever they're smelling because they get a nice tasty treat, or they get a ball, or they get a toy, or they get affection from you, whatever it is. So just a tip.